General. I now want to turn to deal with the unit which is responsible for asset protection. I want to start with the handover of the...
Commissioner Farouk, just before you move on, just as a way of understanding, within TMPD, I would take it obviously you try and ensure that these values and principles are adhered to.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree.
All right. We've seen the testimony of a certain Sergeant Nkosi, who came before the commission, and it was clear, and we're still going to go there, that he had some involvement in how TMPD procured services, or in the procurement of services for TMPD. Just as a request for your comment, how would it be correct or wrong for Sergeant Nkosi to have been involved in that fashion?
Sergeant Nkosi had no right to interfere in any procurement-related matters within the TMPD. He has no authority. He had no permission. I was not aware that he is busy interfering. I don't know Sergeant Nkosi. I never made contact with him. The first time I saw Sergeant Nkosi was on the Madlanga Commission. So I want to state it categorically. He had no authority to interfere in any TMPD procurement-related matters.
Sergeant Van Nkosi will remain in custody until Monday, April 13, after appearing in the Pretoria North Magistrates Court on Tuesday as investigations into serious allegations against him continue to unfold. Nkosi was arrested on Thursday following a police raid at his home in Pretoria North. Authorities say the operation formed part of an ongoing probe, which has now placed the officer at the center of a widening legal and ethical storm. He has since spent the long weekend behind bars. The court granted the state a postponement to allow time to verify information linked to Nkosi's bail application. National Police spokesperson Brigadier Atlanta Mathe confirmed that officers executed a search and seizure operation at the property. During the raid, police reportedly confiscated a cache of illicit items, including firearms, unlicensed ammunition, a hand grenade, and official police case dockets. Mathe said, "The SAPS can confirm that we have successfully executed a search and seizure operation J51 in Pretoria North." Nkosi's legal troubles are further compounded by revelations previously had at the Madlanga Commission. The inquiry was told that during an earlier search of his home on October 8, 2025, police allegedly discovered a credit card belonging to murder-accused businessman Vusimuzi Matlala. Nkosi has defended his conduct, including his failure to disclose that Matlala had requested the urgent return of the card ahead of meetings with senior officials. He was also questioned over inconsistencies in his account of events. In his defense, Nkosi claimed that Matlala had given him the card to make specific purchases, including items related to a boat and jet ski. However, evidence leader advocate Matthew Jaskelson SC pointed to contradictions across Nkosi's handwritten statement, typed submission, and oral testimony. The discrepancies center on when and how Nkosi came into possession of the card, as well as where it was ultimately found. Nkosi attributed the inconsistencies to human error. Further scrutiny arose over a large sum of cash seized during the October 2025 search. The commission heard that more than 385,000 rand was recovered from the property. Nkosi maintained that 5,000 and 175 belonged to him, while the remaining 380,000 rand allegedly belonged to his brother Abednego Bongani Nkosi and proceeds from the sale of a truck. However, Jaskelson cast doubt on the legitimacy of the transaction, suggesting that the sale agreement may have been hastily compiled in an attempt to justify the origin of the funds. As investigations continue, Nkosi's case is expected to draw increasing attention, raising broader questions about accountability within law enforcement ranks. Meanwhile, the media was denied permission to film court proceedings against suspended Police Sergeant Fanny Nkosi. The Pretoria Northwest Magistrates Court refused an application by the media to film and broadcast the proceedings involving Fanny Nkosi. The National Prosecuting Authority also confirmed that Sergeant Nkosi faces charges of unlawful possession of explosives, 3 counts of failure to safeguard firearms, 8 counts of failure to safeguard ammunition, defeating the administration of justice, failure to mount a stand-up safe as per the SAPS, and theft. Lumka Mahanjana, the spokesperson of the NPA, stated that it is alleged that the task team emanating from the Matlanga Commission received a tip-off regarding the unlawful ammunition at the accused's place of residence. She said thereafter, on April 2, 2026, the task team executed a search warrant at Nkosi's place of residence, and said upon the execution of such warrant, the police found firearms, ammunition, a stun grenade, South African Police Service dockets, and state-issued items were discovered at various locations within his premises. During the search, a substantial amount of cash of more than 50,000 rand was concealed beneath a mattress. She said Nkosi failed to provide a satisfactory explanation for the origin of the money. Instead, following the search, the accused was arrested and remanded in custody. The court granted an application by the state to postpone the matter for bail investigations. She said the matter has been postponed to 13 April for bail proceedings, and said the state intends to oppose the release of the accused on bail.
When it comes to the TMPD, are you not aware of criminal conduct that involves members of the TMPD, even just allegations that would involve members of the TMPD, which is not necessarily about procurement?
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. Commissioner, we have a very active internal affairs within the Tshwane Metro Police Department, headed by Brigadier Danny Manar. Yes, we came across that, especially when I came to the city of Tshwane. And we've dealt with them through consequence management, quite a few. We have to put also measures in place and make sure from the first supervisor, if your member is found wanting, that first supervisor must also be held accountable. You should know where your member is. So we are putting measures in place to make sure that we have a type of a credible TMPD. I do not take kindly to corruption at all, Commissioner. I do not want to see a TMPD officer that's a criminal in uniform.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.